I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City.
So embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., renowned for his undefeated boxing career and extravagant lifestyle, recently announced a significant real estate acquisition, a $402 million deal to purchase over 60 rental apartment buildings in New York City, primarily located in Upper Manhattan.
What I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners.
This acquisition, part of a broader $10 billion real estate project, marks one of the largest transactions in the city's property market in recent years.
So Floyd is just piecing him up. Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. Floyd was just boxing him up, which is what he does. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him. It doesn't even hurt his record. Also money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive, though, but...
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's a tax write-off. And all sorts of things that goes into
Yeah, you
that.
got a good point. But those $1 million watches, they're not giving you those.
Mayweather's interest in affordable housing stems from his challenging childhood experiences, fueling his commitment to providing housing for struggling families. His real estate firm, Veda Properties, has facilitated connections with industry giants, expanding his property portfolio to include stakes in high-profile buildings such as Chicago's Aon Center and the Old Post Office building. However, scrutiny has arisen regarding the legitimacy of Mayweather's proclaimed real estate ventures. Property records do not corroborate the reported transfer of ownership for the New York properties. Experts suggest that Mayweather may have acquired only a minority stake with options for future expansion, rather than full ownership. Veda Properties has not publicly confirmed the details of these transactions, leading to questions about the accuracy of Mayweather's claims. Floyd Mayweather Jr. IIZZ's business dealings have come under scrutiny due to his association with Jonah Rechnitz, a convicted felon involved in a federal corruption case. Rechnitz, a real estate developer and former associate of New York City Jail's union leader Norman Seabrook, pleaded guilty in 2016 to delivering a bribe to Seabrook. He later became a cooperating witness in federal investigations. Mayweather has credited Rechnitz as a pivotal supporter in his business ventures, including real estate investments. For instance, Mayweather claimed to have executed a $402 million deal to purchase 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. However, property records do not indicate any transfer of ownership, suggesting that Mayweather may have only acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion.
First investment was real estate, commercial real estate, skyscrapers actually. So what I did was this. It started off with $5 million. Put up $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month. On every 18th, every month it was paying off.
You like the cash flow?
Yes, for years. So I said, okay, if it's paying off like this then, and I gave him 7 figures, I said I'm not gonna even give him 8 figures. I went and gave him 9 figures. If it's something that I know is paying off, lucrative and heavy, I gotta go with it. Roll the dice, take a chance. You only got one life.
Mayweather Jr. transformation from an electrifying boxer to the persona of money. Mayweather reflects a strategic shift towards financial gain and self-promotion. Initially celebrated for his dynamic fighting style, Mayweather later adopted a more defensive approach, emphasizing his undefeated record and financial success. This evolution included adopting the nickname Money, highlighting his focus on wealth accumulation. Joe Rogan, a prominent UFC commentator and podcast host, has discussed Mayweather's career trajectory, particularly his financial habits and ongoing participation in exhibition matches. In an episode of The Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan noted Mayweather's extravagant spending, suggesting that his continued involvement in exhibition bouts is driven by the need to sustain his lavish lifestyle. Rogan remarked, "He spends so much money. If he's planning for the future, you've got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends."
Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter and he had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Rumors have emerged suggesting that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is experiencing financial instability, with claims that he has been unable to leave Dubai due to unpaid debts. These allegations were notably amplified by Gervonta Davis, a former protege of Mayweather, who insinuated on social media that Mayweather was stuck in Dubai because of financial obligations he hadn't fulfilled. Boxing agent Rick Glazer appeared to support these claims, suggesting that Mayweather's extended stay in Dubai might be linked to unresolved financial matters. However, it's essential to approach these claims with caution. While insiders have made public statements about Mayweather's alleged financial troubles, concrete evidence supporting the notion that he is being detained or held hostage in Dubai remains scarce. Mayweather has not publicly addressed these specific allegations, and without official confirmation, the true state of his financial situation remains speculative.
I'm speechless if this is true, but Floyd Mayweather is supposedly held hostage in Dubai. Gervonta Davis suggested this, who I believe is signed under Floyd Mayweather. Then Floyd responded back of posting a video of Tank dancing on his IG, saying, "We always knew he had sugar in the tank." Like, actually, that's insane posting this online. I'm not even kidding. And then Tank went on his IG story to say this.
Yo, them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them get on live right now. And you old people in Saudi Arabia.
And Floyd responded back saying he should fight Shakur instead. I have no clue what is going on with this beef, but they're basically saying that Floyd Mayweather is broke and owes people money and he's hiding in Dubai. I'm actually speechless if any of that is remotely true, but I kind of can see that coming. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like 2 years ago, said that Floyd is actually broke. And it low-key might be true, but we'll see what happens.
Reports have surfaced suggesting that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has, on occasion, acquired luxury items without completing full payment, leading to disputes with vendors and creditors. A notable instance occurred in 2021 when Leonard Sulaimanov, owner of Lenzo & Company, filed a lawsuit against Mayweather. Sulaimanov alleged that Mayweather purchased multiple high-end watches and jewelry pieces totaling over $4 million, but only provided partial payment of millions of dollars, leaving an outstanding balance of approximately $3.88 million. Such patterns of expenditure, characterized by significant acquisitions followed by incomplete payments, may indicate a precarious approach to financial management. Sustaining a lifestyle reliant on credit and deferred payments can be risky, potentially leading to strained relationships with creditors and financial instability, irrespective of previous earnings. Mayweather Jr. has consistently been one of the highest-earning athletes, with his earnings per fight often reaching substantial figures. For instance, in his 2017 bout against Conor McGregor, Mayweather reportedly earned around $275 million, marking one of the highest single-event earnings in sports history. However, Mayweather's claims of earning $350 million in a single night have faced scrutiny. Chael Sonnen, a former MMA fighter and commentator, has publicly questioned the accuracy of these figures. Sonnen referred to reports suggesting Mayweather earned $250 million for a fight, labeling such claims as a joke and implying they were exaggerated for publicity. While Mayweather's actual earnings may vary, it's evident that his financial success is intertwined with his strategic approach to promoting and participating in high-revenue fights. The discrepancies in reported earnings highlight the complexities and challenges in verifying financial details within the boxing industry.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And, you know, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Floyd Mayweather's constant bragging about his financial achievements might seem like harmless self-promotion, but there is a deeper question to be asked: is why does he feel the need to exaggerate? Mayweather has built his brand around the idea of being financially invincible, constantly reinforcing the notion that his wealth is limitless. However, when figures like Chael Sonnen publicly question these claims, it forces us to examine whether Mayweather is more interested in the perception of wealth than in the reality of it.
First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a fight. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete over Cristiano Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is.
So if you had to guess, what do you think's the most Floyd ever made in a fight?
Oh, I think that Floyd's, he's probably made about 60 million before in one night. But no, there's 100 million, 130 million. They just didn't have. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
You think he blew through all of his money?
I'm claiming for you, he in his whole career has made about 100 million. People think he made 130 in a night. I'm sharing with you, he didn't. No boxer's ever made 130 million in one night.
In June 2021, Floyd Mayweather Jr. faced YouTuber-turned-boxer Logan Paul in a highly publicized exhibition match at Miami's Hard Rock Stadium. The event was a financial success, reportedly generating over $80 million in revenue, with Mayweather earning approximately $65 million and Paul around $15 million. However, a dispute has arisen regarding Paul's payment. Paul alleges that Mayweather owes him between $2 million and $5 million, claiming he has not been paid in full for the fight. He expressed his frustration, stating, "No, he has not paid me in full. That is a fact." Paul further emphasized his intention to pursue legal action, remarking, "We're taking this one to court. See you in the courtroom. Congrats on going to prison, Floyd." In response, Mayweather has dismissed Paul's claims as false, referring to them as bullshit. He maintains that all payments have been made, suggesting that Paul's allegations are attempts to gain additional publicity. Mayweather remarked, "This is the guy who said he didn't get paid, which we know is truly false." The situation has led to public exchanges between the parties. Logan's brother, Jake Paul, has criticized Mayweather's demands for a potential fight, highlighting Mayweather's previous bout with Logan, where despite significant earnings, payments were allegedly incomplete. Jake dismissed Mayweather's demands as unrealistic, given the payment disputes with Logan. Further complicating matters, Showtime, the network that aired the fight, has stated it fulfilled its financial obligations to Mayweather Promotions, which was responsible for distributing payments to the fighters. This clarification suggests that any payment issues may lie within Mayweather's organization rather than with Showtime.
Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor. Not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
In multiple interviews, sports analyst Stephen A. Smith expressed discomfort with Mayweather's overall exhibition strategy. While he acknowledged that fighting Conor McGregor made sense due to McGregor's combat sports credentials, he drew a hard line after that. Picking opponents who don't match Floyd's level just to secure an easy payday damages the legacy he worked so hard to build. According to Smith, Mayweather appeared more focused on stacking cash than preserving his place in boxing history. The narrative was clear. Money had overtaken meaning. This point became crystal clear during one particularly direct interview. Stephen A. flat out asked Mayweather, "What matters more, your money or your legacy?" It was the kind of question that demanded introspection. Yet, Mayweather's responses always seemed to circle back to finances. He boasted about how he was smart with business and how much revenue he generated. But to Smith and many others, it came across as an athlete choosing wealth over the respect that legacy brings. This money-focused image has influenced a new generation of athletes. Stephen A. argued that today's up-and-comers don't admire Floyd for his skills, his footwork, or his legendary ring IQ. They admire the bank account, the spectacle, the persona. According to Smith, this is a disservice to the sport. It sends the message that money matters more than mastery, and in doing so, it risks undermining everything Floyd once stood for. Promoter Eddie Hearn has expressed skepticism regarding Mayweather's proclaimed $1 billion fortune. Despite topping Forbes' rich list with earnings exceeding £700 million by 2019, concerns have arisen about his financial stability post-retirement. Mayweather's continued participation in exhibition matches against various personalities has led to speculation that his lavish spending habits may have significantly depleted his wealth. Nevertheless, Mayweather asserts that his involvement in these matches is for personal enjoyment rather than financial necessity.
I think they get told that I'm a bad guy, but then all of a sudden, like, you meet these people and you spend time with them, and they're like, it's like Mayweather. It was the same thing. Like, when I went in the gym, he was like, you know, I heard you said this, heard you said that. And then I kind of just go into my flow, and in the end, he's kind of looking at me going, you're actually all right. I'm like, yeah. And the same as with Shakur. When we signed Shakur, it was a little bit like, almost like looking at me thinking, not sure about you. And then I think they just get to know you. They realise your intentions. And we're straight. We're straight as an arrow, mate. We'll never let you down. We always pay you on time. And we always deliver. So, and we love boxing. And we're passionate about your career. And I think when they understand that, they start to realise this is actually a good spot for me. And I like being part of the team.
What would have happened if you'd have promoted Floyd?
Look, Floyd was a great self-promoter anyway. So I think together, maybe we would have clashed, you know, because it was like a fight for the microphone. But, you know, Floyd was, I think Crawford would have been different. I think we'd done a great job helping his profile out, unintentionally, but just being us.
Mayweather's ventures into cryptocurrency promotions have been particularly contentious. In 2018, he, along with music producer DJ Khaled, faced charges from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for failing to disclose payments received for promoting initial coin offerings. Mayweather did not report receiving $300,000 from 3 ICO issuers, including $100,000 from Centratech, a company later charged with fraud by the SEC. Both celebrities settled the charges without admitting or denying the findings, with Mayweather agreeing to pay over $600,000 in penalties and interest. In a more recent incident, Mayweather promoted a new token in collaboration with Sahil Arora, a figure linked to several celebrity-endorsed cryptocurrency scams. Blockchain investigator Zach XB highlighted this association, noting Mayweather's direct ties to at least 3 crypto-related rug pulls, where developers abandon a project after securing investor funds. This pattern of promoting questionable cryptocurrency ventures has raised significant concerns about Mayweather's involvement in potential scams.
Mr. I don't lose at nothing is back.
Correction, Mr. just got unbanned from scamming is back. This time, he's selling NFTs. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this is an obvious scam if you can just read the signs, but since Floyd can't read, I'm going to explain it to you all by telling you the history of Floyd Money Mayweather and crypto. Our story starts in 2018 when Floyd Mayweather was banned for 3 years from promoting securities after scamming his fans with an ICO called Centratech. He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing, under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam. And now that it's 2022, his 3-year securities ban is over, and he's back to scamming again. He's currently being sued once again for his promotion of Ethereum Max alongside Kim Kardashian, and also has gotten really into NFTs.
In early 2022, a class action lawsuit was filed against Ethereum Max, a cryptocurrency company, and several celebrities, including Kim Kardashian and Floyd Mayweather Jr., alleging their promotions of the Ethereum Max token amounted to a pump-and-dump scheme. The lawsuit claimed that these promotions artificially inflated the token's price, deceiving investors who purchased EMAX at elevated prices, only to see its value plummet subsequently. Kim Kardashian faced additional scrutiny from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for failing to disclose a $250,000 payment she received for promoting EMAX on her Instagram account in June 2021. In October 2022, Kardashian agreed to pay $1.26 million to settle these charges, which included $260,000 in disgorgement with interest and a $1 million penalty. She also consented to refrain from promoting any crypto assets for 3 years.
A California judge has dismissed a lawsuit against reality star Kim Kardashian, boxer Floyd Mayweather, and other celebrities over their cryptocurrency endorsements. Investors in the Ethereum Max, which is not affiliated with the popular Ethereum token, filed the suit back in January. So this suit claims celebrities conspired with Ethereum Max to promote the token to boost its value so company executives could profit by selling the holdings. The judge said the lawsuit raised legitimate concerns. However, he dismissed the suit because it didn't say where, when, or even if the plaintiffs had seen these promotions.
Chael Sonnen, a former UFC fighter and analyst, has publicly questioned the financial success and authenticity of the 2017 Mayweather vs. McGregor fight. He claimed that, despite official reports, the event was not a sellout with thousands of empty seats at Las Vegas's T-Mobile Arena. Sonnen alleged that he was instructed to misrepresent the attendance figures, stating, "I stood on the floor of the arena and was instructed to tell the world it was sold out and I could look, and there was thousands of empty seats." Official records confirm that the fight did not sell out. The T-Mobile Arena, configured for boxing, has a capacity of approximately 20,500 seats. However, only about 13,094 tickets were sold, with an additional 137 complimentary tickets distributed, resulting in an attendance of approximately 14,623. This falls short by more than 5,000 seats, indicating significant unsold inventory. Before Floyd became Money Mayweather, he was already in trouble. Reports surfaced that he was facing jail time due to unpaid taxes. To avoid prison, he borrowed $2 million just to pay off part of his debt. This wasn't the story of a smart financial genius. It was the story of a man teetering on the edge of collapse.
Me and Eric B. were at, from Eric B. and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather, that's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E. He needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy. He owned Scunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought it was crazy. They said, "Yo, loan me $2 million. I want to sign Floyd." He flew out, loaned me the $2 million, and from there on, we were in the boxing business.
The numbers don't lie. At one point, Floyd reportedly owed $22.2 million to the IRS. For someone claiming to be the wealthiest athlete alive, that kind of tax bill raises eyebrows. It showed that perhaps the flashy lifestyle was more of a facade than fans ever realized.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
What's your take on Floyd Mayweather's financial troubles and business ventures? Do you think his flashy lifestyle is more than just a facade, or is he genuinely as wealthy as he claims? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.